Hey, Jordan Bench here, jordanbench.com. This video is all about how I was able to make money online and quit my full-time job. So right out of high school, I picked up a job as a welder. The only reason why I took this job was because how well it paid. Like right out of high school, you don't really make a whole lot of money. So for me, I found this job and I was like, wow, I'm really making some money now. So I was excited, I was really ecstatic about it. Now I did this job for a couple years and something started to happen. I really started to hate this job because it started to really put some wear and tear on my body. Like for instance, one big problem when it comes to welding is you have to deal with welder's flash because the weld it's like so bright it like almost blinds you and it feels like you have like sandpaper in your eye. So like whenever you close your eyes, it hurts and it burns. I would also get welder's burn. So like when you're welding, you'd end up getting like all these sparks that would come up and they land on your arm and then they burn your skin and everything. So it was awful. And then like the shop I worked at, they didn't really have any like ventilation in the place. So it was just constantly filled with smoke, and that smoke you'd have to like breathe in. And not to mention like in the summertime, we are talking this place would get super hot. So you're just like constantly sweating. So doing this for a couple of years, I really started to get tired of it. And I remember I have to wake up at like 3:30 in the morning every day to drive like an hour to go to work, and I drive an hour back. So it's like I dreaded the drive. I dreaded driving to work on the way there. It was just really getting annoying. But I think the one thing though that really started to get to me was I started to feel this void in my life. I started to feel this sense of I'm not fulfilling what I'm meant to do in life. Because here I am doing this weld job. I'm not really helping anybody. I mean, yeah, I'm helping like certain companies, but I'm not really like helping people one-on-one. And that's always been my desire. My desire has been to do personal training, to coach health and wellness, to see people get healthy, and just to really work with people and see their lives change. That's been my desire. So I had that desire at this welding job, but I really felt stuck. I felt like, how can I ever do that when I'm here in this job? I don't feel like I can do anything I can benefit or help anybody because I'm stuck in this job. And one of the reasons why I was stuck is it paid so well. And it was like the money kind of kept me there, And so not being like fulfilled in all this, I decided to take a step. I decided to take a step of faith. What I did was I started, I was already a certified trainer. I'd already gone through the training and all of it. So I decided to pick up a job on the side as a personal trainer. The problem was this job was like 45 minutes away from where I worked at. So every single day I'd have to drive to work, and I'd have to work 8 to 10 hours a day. And then I think like around 2:30 I'd get off work, and then I'd have to drive 45 minutes over to the gym that I worked at. And then I had to train clients from 3:30 all the way till sometimes 10:30. So I was training clients after work like just nonstop. I had a full load. I was just so like, I was just getting really tired of it. I absolutely loved doing personal training. I did it for a long time. I loved doing it. It was so much fun. I loved working with the clients. I loved having that relationship with them and just really giving them good workouts. But doing both of these jobs, I really started to get bogged down. I really started to feel like this is just being too much on myself. And the job as a welder, like it made a lot more than what the personal training job did. So it was like, I know I couldn't stop that. And it was just, but I didn't want to quit the personal training job because it's something that I absolutely loved. So I was thinking to myself, you know what, there has to be a better way to do this stuff. Like, and I was thinking like the personal training thing, there has to be a better way. There has to be a better way. I'm just spending so much time my day, and there has to be a way for me to like train more people and to make more money at doing it and to help more people and see it spread. So one thing that was really cool was at my job, I was able to put headphones in, and I was able to like listen to like whatever material I wanted to. So I would typically listen to like podcasts, or I'd stream YouTube videos, and I'd search certain topics and I'd find stuff. Well, one day I found this podcast on how to escape the 9 to 5. And I was like, man, this is interesting. Never heard this kind of thing before. It was awesome when I started finding this. I started finding other similar podcasts, other similar YouTube videos. And as I was listening to this material, I had this epiphany. I was like, what if I was able to still personal train people, but I would do it online? I would do everything that I know how to do with personal training, but I would just do it online. And then I could actually work with a lot larger scale of people. Instead of only training, 5, 10 people in a day, or just doing maybe like a small group, I can train people from anywhere in the world now if I can move it online. So I began to plan out how I would do that. Like what the actual plan was for me to get to that place to where I could actually leave both my jobs and actually personal train online. So one of the first things I realized was I had to create a website. And that's exactly what I did. I created a website. I started blogging. I started building like social media profiles and sites and stuff. Started gaining some traction in there. I made a free ebook to give away to people to help them out. And then I actually created a course. And I think the course was on like losing belly fat or something like that. So I created these things and I started seeing, progress and some momentum, but I wasn't making any money. And I was really stretching myself thin with how much I was working, doing both jobs, and then trying to do this thing on the side, like on the weekends, but I wasn't really making money. And in 2012, the girlfriend that I had at the time, my fiance, we ended up getting married. And we made a decision for her not to continue working, but for her to actually work on the online business that I created while I work at the job. So that was our plan. She's going to work from home. I'm going to go ahead and provide the income, and I'm going to devote everything I can on the side to this online business that I had. So when we did that, we kind of hit a spot to where we realized that I needed to devote more time to this online business thing rather than doing all this other jobs. So I ended up I ended up quitting my personal training job so I could just focus on the online business and then provide income at the welding job. So when we started doing that, we started seeing some progress because I was devoting more time now to the website. And we started seeing some sales. A couple sales would come in, we'd start to get a little bit, and we started really building some traction. And our website at the time, we were getting quite a bit of search. I don't want to say search volume, but we were getting quite a bit of people coming to our website. And then like one day something crazy happened. Google changed their algorithms on us. And it meant that all the people coming to our websites, they could no longer find our website because of what they were searching. So we lost like all of our traffic overnight, just gone. And we were just so devastated because all this time and energy we were putting into this stuff, it was just gone. So we were just kind of devastated, but I'm like, you know what? This is what I want to do in life. I really want to press towards this. I want to get out of this welding job. It's driving me nuts. I can't stand it. I hate it. So we both decided to let's just buckle down and go for it. So we started another website. I think we had like 3 different websites. So we started another website, but this time it was different. We took a completely different approach. And that's kind of like what entrepreneurship's all about. Like when you have your online businesses, you got to constantly change and tweak and test and change and tweak and test quite a bit to figure out what works. So what we did was, I was always the face of the business with the health and fitness stuff, but we decided to put Laura, my wife, as the front of the business. And I was like behind the scenes doing all the technical stuff. And she had this idea that what if I did a 6-week program, an online workout program for women. And it was very specific. And there was a lot of interest in it. So we actually ended up making a lot of sales from this. And it was really good at the time. And she basically created this program based off of what people were asking her. Like she would ask questions like, what do you guys want specifically for this workout program? And then she'd film workouts every single day and just pump it out to the girls in the program. So after 6 weeks, all the people loved it and they wanted to continue. So we decided, okay, let's just continue this. And then we ended up getting more people to sign up after that. So we really started seeing some progress come in. And it did so well that we actually got to the point to where I was able to leave my job. I was actually able to quit. So the day that I quit, it was like one of the happiest days of my life because I knew that I was finally free from the 9 to 5. I finally broke free, got out of it. I made money online. I was doing what I like to do. And I was able to finally get out of my job. I went home that day and me and Laura, we just celebrated me quitting my job. It was such a happy moment in my life. And, since then, like looking back on it, what it's done for me now is it's given me time freedom. Like I work from home. My wife works from home. We work together. We get to spend time together. We're not separated by jobs. We have time freedom. So if something pops up in our life, we're able to, drop everything and go to that if we need to. We're not being, I don't have to go ask a boss, hey, can I leave? And then I get points if I do leave and I get penalized and punished. You know, we basically make up our own schedule. We can live the life that we choose to live. Yes, we still work and everything, but yet we have the freedom to do it. The other thing is, you know, we're not bound by like whatever our employer says that we have to make. We can, based on how much we work or the ideas we come up with, is what dictates how much we end up making. So we're at this place now to where we really feel like we have this freedom. One thing for me, like I was always thinking this, like when I was working as a welder and I was listening to these podcasts, I would think, I can't wait to the time when I become a dad and I have to raise kids, but I get to do it from home. And I'm not going to be like stuck at a job. I actually get to see my kids raised. And no one has to tell me stories about what the kid did, but I get to experience it with them. So that was like one of the things I always had driving, pushing me to get to that place to where I'm able to actually see and raise my kids on my own. And this is what I want for you. This is what I want for you, is to have this time freedom, this financial freedom, the ability to shape your life how you want it to be. So that's what I'm going to do here on this channel, is I'm really going to start talking about how you can start to get into this area to where you're able, you know, to work online, to have a side income, and then eventually leave your 9 to 5. And I'll tell you what, it's just awesome. And for me, like, I really want to fulfill God's purpose in my life. And I knew when I was at my job as a welder, I was so stuck with what I could do. Now I have the free time that if God's calling me to go over here and do something, guess what? I'm free to go ahead and do it. So for me, it is like, I'm so happy right now knowing with where I'm at and what I'm able to do. And that's exactly what I want for you. So listen, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. And I will talk to you later.